Prelude. The night enveloped me like a cobra constricting its prey. With each passing minute, the dark grew colder and the invisible serpent grew hungrier. Calculating my exact predicament, I lay paralyzed on the hard, uneven ground of the cavern. The subterranean air was thick and damp, hovering somewhere near a biting 50 degrees, though, to my raw skin, it felt like absolute freezing. My body began to violently shiver. Deep, concussive tremors that rattled my teeth. The cobra had begun its feast, squeezing the warmth from my bones. They say we fear what we do not understand, and I believe it. My fear of the unknown mutated inside of me, expanding until it consumed my entire being. I desperately wanted to claw my way out, but I couldn't leave the shelter, not in the dead of night, blind and defenseless against whatever waited outside. Yet staying was rapidly becoming impossible. The cave was growing gloomier and hazier, and the shadows stretched and shifted along the jagged stone's wall. It perfectly mirrored the fractured, shattered state of my own memory. I couldn't even remember how I got here. I pressed my heels of my hands against my temples, searching for a name, a face, a reason, anything. Nothing came. There's only the night air dripping around me, heavy and suffocating, nurturing me with a blanket of death. Digging my heels into the dirt, I pulled my knees tight against my chest, trying to lock in whatever body heat I had left. I could feel the goosebumps creeping like ants across my skin. Then, the air went completely still. A violent shiver ripped up my spine as an eerie, ominous sound pierced the dark, slicing through the heavy silence of the cavern. The wolf's lament. It wasn't a distant sound. It was close enough to vibrate through the stone beneath my hands. The pack had tracked my scent. They knew my exact whereabouts. Outside, a storm raged, and what was terrifying, howl resonated through the thunder. It shattered the final fragile piece of mind I had left. I pressed my back against the freezing cave wall, wide-eyed in the dark, completely vulnerable for the cobra to digest. I sat there in absolute crushing blackness, rocking my body back and forth, just to prove myself I was still alive. I strained my eyes, blinking hard, desperate to catch even a stray of glint of starlight or a pale reflection on the stone. But there was nothing. It felt as if a heavy iron anvil had dropped over my sight, blinding me, leaving me at the mercy of the suffocating gloom. Giving up, I let my head thump against the jagged cave wall. The rock bit into my scalp, but I barely felt it. I was just waiting for the wolves to breach the entrance, waiting for a certain violent death to arise from the shadows. Then my freezing cold began to numb my limbs, and strange sudden warmth washed over my chest. My heart hammered a frantic, dying rhythm against my ribs. Suddenly, the darkness behind my eyelids wasn't empty anymore. My body surged with adrenaline as my entire life began to flash before my eyes. The fractured pieces of my mind slammed back together. The amnesia broke like shattered glass, and the fog in my brain cleared in an instant. I remembered exactly what transpired to get me into this inescapable nightmare.